Hello, welcome this afternoon. Another edition of Fabricator Live on Facebook. You might have heard of it. It's pretty popular social media. I'm joined today by Nick Kennedy, CEO of Flex Machine Tools. Nick and his company have been, how many FABTECHs as a company attended?
We've been doing FABTECH since the beginning. When was the first FABTECH?
Now, you're turning trivia questions on me. So, I'm trying to think. 1981 or something like that. Early 80s sometime.
Early 80s.
I don't know how many.
We would have started in the early 90s.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. Yeah, so long time FABTECH attendee or exhibitor, so excuse me. I'm sure you've been attendees as well, maybe
yeah.
some of the other places that FABTECH has been held over the years. But can you give the audience a quick description of what Flex Machine Tools was, is, and maybe where it's headed?
No, quick story on the Flex Machine Tools. We're the manufacturers of the Flex Arm, tapping arm, and the Flex CNC big bed vertical machining centers. And we just launched our newest product, which is a water jet, the Flex Jet. So we're a small company, 50 employees, but we're going to continue to be pioneers in machine tool technology solutions. And that's where we're going to continue to go. So we're going to build awesome solutions and keep doing great things.
Yeah. So Flex Arm, can you describe that, and we'll maybe kind of go into some other stuff there?
Yeah. So Flex Arm that started back in the early '80s.
Okay.
So that product was developed by my grandfather, and it's been our flagship product since then. So almost for the last 40 years, and this is actually our 50th year.
Wow!
Which
Congrats.
is pretty exciting. So, but no, it's a small tapping arm. It's used for processing or finishing holes off of a plasma water jet CNC. It's going to come over there and tap the hole.
Right.
As simple as that.
Right.
And tapping is just a difficult process.
Yeah.
But it takes that process and just makes it painfully simple.
Right.
So it makes it a lot of fun. But that's the tapping arm, and it's just we've got them here today.
Right.
So it's fun.
So from that foundation, Flex kind of goes into introducing automation to the Flex Arm.
Yeah.
And most recently, you've introduced actual Flex Vertical Machining Center, I think is how you described it.
So we looked at the Flex Arm. If you look at the products like that on their life cycle, it's in the very mature part of its life cycle.
Right.
It's not going to go away,
Yeah.
but it's not a product that's going to carry us to the future. It's a manual product. So we knew as a company, when I came back in 2014, we had to invest into automation.
Right.
We had to provide, brand new solutions. And so we made a serious investment into software engineers,
Right.
mechanical engineers to produce solutions.
Yeah.
And that's where we found a niche with the Flex CNC for large bed vertical machining centers for fabricators.
Right.
To provide a nice solution for them to process big parts.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we've done. I mean, it's a high-speed machine now,
Yeah.
all automated, and but it's a great product, and that was the start into it.
Right. And one of the reasons I was excited to speak with Nick is that, the company, humble beginnings, growing, solid products, loyal customer base.
Oh yeah.
But yet you're a company looking to grow, and you're looking at ways to market your company's expertise. And your company's done some really neat stuff when it comes to digital media.
Yeah.
And I think I say that not only complimentary in the sense that you're doing it and you've executed a lot of different things that, even us, the Fabricator, are now trying to do, such as social media events like this. But you're not afraid. You're kind of also a leader in the area, because I'm not so sure this industry has attacked it as aggressively as you did.
Yeah.
So maybe give me an idea in terms of how marketing was done before you arrived, and some of your thoughts about what you started with recently, and then we'll kind of jump into some of the specifics.
No, when our marketing when I arrived, I mean, it was super old school.
Yeah.
I mean, we were snail mailing a few things,
Right.
and maybe emailing every once in a while, but not well. And I knew, and honestly, even back then, we didn't commit like we should have to to social media.
Yeah.
And that we started to do that just a few years ago. We flipped the switch.
Right.
We realized the benefit of social media.
Yeah.
And because And because of that, we've hired. So now, us as a manufacturer, we have 2 videographers,
Right.
just to support video production.
Yeah.
I was telling somebody earlier that we have we just started into TikTok videos,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Right.
But
It
we're doing it,
Yeah.
and just to create awareness, traction, and
Yeah.
because it works, because people are watching this stuff.
Right.
You may not think it. I had a situation one time. It was our attorney. Attorneys are awful to work with. Usually you
Yeah.
can't get a hold of them.
Right.
But I met with him one time. He told me my life story.
Yeah.
He's watching our social media.
Right.
So, you're like,
Right.
so it just shows you that reach.
Yeah.
A guy you
Yeah.
can never get a hold of, but he's watching your social
Right.
media. So I knew then, I was like, we have to do something. It's free,
Yeah.
costs you nothing.
Right.
So you just have to commit and
Yeah.
do something with it. And so we have 2 videographers. We've got a dedicated person just for social media,
Right.
a digital content person just for design,
Yeah.
web people. So we've really just invested in the marketing
Right.
side.
So, and you've invested also with I mean, you're, like you said, 50-person company, I
Yeah,
think it was.
yeah.
How many engineers do you have on staff?
So we have 7 engineers total.
Yeah. So that's a pretty good percentage.
Yeah.
But your social media is also kind of ramping up that. So let me tell you, do you view your digital marketing efforts as part of brand building or customer development? Does it fit a slot that easily?
No, I think it's probably brand awareness and just to stand out as a leader, or like you
Right.
said, just for people to think that we're a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
Because we want to be pioneers,
Right.
Like with the machines we're building, what
Right.
we're doing, and in order to do that, you gotta shake some things up a little
Yeah.
bit, do it differently,
Yeah.
and we surely do that from the marketing side,
Yeah.
with the digital presence.
Yeah. So the content I've seen, the videos are really well done. And did you contract with a host, or is the host some guy that works for you already?
That's a funny story. So Eddie, our host,
Yeah.
he's a professional MC.
Okay.
So the guy's a rock star. Everything's luck. I feel like I found him. We built a brand new building. When we moved in,
Yeah.
we hosted a gala
Okay.
for the local hospital.
Okay.
And we had 1,000 people in our facility.
Right.
And this guy comes in. This is 2018.
Yeah.
He comes in as the host
Right.
for this. I mean, he's all mic'd up.
Yeah.
It's a big auction,
Yeah.
and he's hosting this thing. I'm like, who is this guy?
Right.
So we're up. He comes up to me. He's like, yeah, and we got connected.
Right.
So I hired him as a sales guy.
Right.
So then COVID hits, and we're like, well, things are weird.
Okay.
So we had to get creative, and we put this guy in front of a camera.
Right.
And we're like, oh man, we have something.
He really struck me as like somebody you were paying to like a professional gig.
So
It's
he
funny.
was a salesman. So
Yeah.
now he's full time in our marketing
Is he?
department.
Wow.
That's all he does so he
Wow.
was running around the show earlier.
Yeah.
We had our videographer here, and they're just,
So
I don't know.
How many videos does your little team pump out?
So we have a goal. I mean, we probably push out at least 2 videos per day.
Oh wow.
So and that could
Different
be
links or
Yeah,
different
it could just be a TikTok video,
I
a
gotcha.
30-second Instagram video, but
Right.
yeah, I mean
That's-
you have to push and do a lot.
Well, you need regularity. It's one of
Yeah.
the things I think that we've even learned.
Absolutely.
That if you want to do it, you want to do it consistently. So, I'm clicking on the ones to look at the machinery, how it's
Yeah.
done, but you can't do that all the time. So, what type of mix are you putting out there in terms of content that's being recorded?
As far as like what we're videoing?
Yeah, the subject matter of those videos.
Well, so we actually just started. Again, marketing's weird. So we just started we call it a Flex and Friends.
Right.
So like it's not all just about the machines.
Yeah.
So we're literally interviewing. So we'll go around and we'll interview other influencers in our space.
Correct. Yeah.
So we're doing like a co-hosted. It's a live, similar to this.
Yeah.
But it's in our studio.
Right.
So we have a little studio, and we'll interview other people on social media that have big followers.
Right.
So we're just connecting the dots. So
Yeah.
it's all under the Flex brand.
Correct.
But frankly, a lot of the content has nothing to do with our products
Right.
whatsoever.
Right.
It's just us connecting with guys like A-Bomb79 on YouTube,
Yeah.
John Saunders,
Right.
NYCNC.
Yeah.
And it just creates bigger reaches and traction. Like
Yeah.
these guys, some of these guys have hundreds of thousands
Right.
of loyal followers.
Yeah.
So from a branding perspective, that's pretty cool.
So
I mean,
I've been negligent. So website. Yes. Flexin.
Yeah, flexmachinetools.com.
Flexmachinetools.com, and find the company on Facebook.
Oh yeah,
Instagram, on any of the
Google
social
us.
media.
We're on all Flex Machine Tools. We're on Insta, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok now.
I got you. Yeah. Do you has one been better for the company in terms of reach, or you just try to kind of reach as massive an audience as you can?
No, I think the platform we're trying to grow the hardest is probably YouTube.
Yeah.
Just because it's just a great platform.
Right.
So many people watch it. But LinkedIn is another big one.
Right. Okay.
And maybe not from a marketing perspective so much, but for a sales tool.
Yeah.
LinkedIn is really a lot. Everybody's on it. It's a professional database, and you can make a lot of connections there.
Right.
And just getting in touch with people.
Yeah.
Like the same guy that you can't get on the telephone.
Right.
You can send them a message on LinkedIn, and they'll respond.
Right.
Like CEOs of big companies.
Yeah.
You're like, why is he's chatting with me here? But you would never be able to get that person on the phone.
If you had that success.
So LinkedIn, oh absolutely. We have a LinkedIn guru. My COO, Brandon.
Yeah.
He's like our LinkedIn guy.
Okay.
Like he'll get on there if you want to contact for somebody.
Right.
He'll hop on there and he can get you in touch with literally anybody.
That's
awesome. It works so well.
That's awesome. Did you find what type? Do you look at metrics? Are you satisfied with just doing what you're doing?
No. So we really track the metric. Like so we'll track our watch time on YouTube.
Right.
So we'll always make sure that those numbers are going up. I mean, same with our website traffic. I mean, we're tracking that daily.
Yeah.
So we're making sure that our hits, our conversions are there.
Right.
And it's back to that digital team that we've hired.
Yeah.
It's to really track it well and make sure we're making smart decisions every single day. So we make tweaks daily based off of the numbers, just to test and measure too.
Yeah.
So we're constantly just throwing something out there,
seeing
if it works, and then we might scratch it. So you really have to be willing to experiment and fail, which we do a lot. So not every campaign we've done's worked well, but sometimes you just got to mix it up.
What have been some of your most campaigns with the biggest payoff?
Biggest payoff campaign, I would say most recently it's been our live streaming on YouTube. Okay. And not necessarily customer facing, but our live stream trainings we've started doing.
Wow. Okay.
So, cool. Like for us, again, we're using these platforms to help train our dealers. Right. To help, do one-on-ones with customers. Yeah. And we're doing it with a really similar setup. This is a pretty high speed. All the cameras, and it takes a lot of expertise. Yeah. And you can't just throw it together on a cell phone. Right. To do it well. Yeah. So
tell our publisher that.
Yeah. So we're doing that to do training. So our dealers, let's say we have a couple hundred sales guys in the field. Right. If I have a new product that I want to train them on, I can throw up a link and have them all watch on YouTube with Eddie as an MC to make it really flow and work well. There's live chat, and there's just no better way to conduct training across the country for 100 guys. Right. So it's a really cool way to do it. Yeah. It's cutting edge, and that's probably big picture where we get the most bang for our buck. Yeah. Because it's training. Yeah. And I
so
think
really,
that's
it's under the umbrella of this conversation of digital marketing, but yet what you just described is totally like almost training, sales development. I mean, it's another sector of your company, but you're leaning on the skill set you've developed. So that's kind of interesting.
It's all so closely related. Yeah. We wouldn't have one without the other. Right. So it's allowed us to do that.
Yeah. How would you define a failure?
Failure? Maybe when you go live and you don't have any people watching. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or
we've never been there.
No, it's okay though. Yeah. Well, even that though, it's how many hits you get after the fact.
No, that's exactly it. Yeah.
It only takes that one person to watch. Right. To create some traction somewhere. Yeah. So it takes quite a bit for me to consider it a failure.
Yeah.
So,
right.
We just throw everything at the wall and try.
Do we have any questions?
Just want to comment from someone named Eddie Saunders.
There's Eddie. That's our guy.
That's awesome.
I have a question. Do you have any manufacturing companies or shops reaching out to you guys for tips on social media and digital marketing?
Yeah. So the question was, have any other companies in this space reached out to Flex Machine Tools for any advice, tips?
No, all the time.
Yeah.
So when I give tours of our place, one of the best, I love taking guys into our green room.
Right.
Just to show everything.
Yes.
And they're just blown away by it that we have that as a manufacturer. It is a bit unusual, and we actually, our marketing arm, the Flex marketing team, we'll do jobs for other people now. So it's almost branched off into a different
boutique
business.
agency almost.
So, and it's not our focus by any means. It's probably it's a bit of a distraction, but but the team's just so good. People see this and there's a need for it. People don't have the capabilities, and it's hard. So we've got something there, and people they're so interested all the time.
So just to reference a new product release, you're doing water jets now.
Yes.
Flex jet. How much time is dedicated to a product launch like that? Do you have to alter your typical digital marketing schedules, or does that just become a new piece of subject matter for what you're routinely doing?
No, we're just mixing it right into what we're already doing. It's no sweat. So, it's going to be a fun product. Back to shifting gears a little bit onto that thing, just because it's going to bring brand new technology to the industry. So we'll hit the social media hard with that as soon as we start. Once we release everything we want to put out there, we're not 100% prepared to put everything on the table right now. But that'll be, so if you keep watching, you'll see. It'll be a lot of fun. I promise.
I got you. Well, I think that's the questions I have. Any questions from our technical crew? Any comments, Gareth? All right. I will say that at 2:00 p.m. Central, we have Amanda Carlson of The Welder interviewing Barbie the Welder. And they'll probably be talking about welding. So please. Oh, welding hard as well. So there you go. Whoever hard is, I'm not sure, but you'll enjoy it. So thanks for joining us, Nick. I enjoyed the conversation. It was educational, and be on the lookout for some entertaining videos and social media information. Yeah, there you go. I trip it up. 20 minutes is all right, and I foul up now. So, all right. Thanks for joining us. Have a good day. See ya.